So why Structur 3? And why do I like this? And the big thing with Structur 3 for me, I said I was going to come back to this idea of the isopropyl alcohol. And the reason for that is simply this. That isopropyl alcohol piece is what VOCO refers to as wipe-and-go technology. Rubbing this material with isopropyl alcohol literally creates, it removes the oxygen inhibition layer, but it also creates a really beautiful finish. So I don't have to spend a lot of time polishing and doing things with different points and different types of grit and that sort of thing. The wipe and go technology is really, really amazing. And it really, I feel you really have to kind of see it and work with it to really appreciate how much time it saves you and how good these temporaries really, really look. And all you've done is taken and put some alcohol on a piece of gauze and wiped the restoration. That's your finishing process. I've had other materials where I need to spend 10 minutes or so of polishing or putting it on a lathe and using a rag wheel with maybe some pumice and really trying to get a good shine, as opposed to taking some gauze, putting on some alcohol, rubbing the restoration, and it looks amazing. You really get a natural luster for that. The other thing about Structur 3 is very minimal shrinkage. As I said before, the whole thing with the 7% shrinkage of snap and jet and trim acrylics, from back in the day, that doesn't happen with this. When this material is on the tooth as it's going through its set phase, you can simply, work it on and off the tooth, but you don't have to worry about shrinkage. It's very dimensionally stable. If you have to, do any kind of repair for it, if you have a void, a little bubble or whatever, you can simply add more material to it and you can repair it. That's a tremendous advantage. If something happens and you get, like I said, a void or a chip or whatever, simply putting some of this material on it and it bonds to it and you're good to go. And that, once again, when you're dealing in a situation, being in a time crunch, really a nice thing to have. 8 shades, so you really have a wide variety of choices as far as making everything look natural, and I love having choices. The 8 shades that this material comes in, I think is a great choice, and it makes for really good aesthetic restorations. And the other thing is it does come in the 2 delivery systems, the 50 ml cartridge, which is the gun, and the quick mix, which is the individual smaller syringe. Both of those are auto mix. You don't have to measure. It's a perfect mix every time. And depending on the number of units you do, obviously the 50 milliliter cartridge is more material, easier to use in my hands, which is what I like. But no matter which way you want to go, both of them work just fine.